I always believed in God, but that day I felt that He is with me all the time. I had to make so many decisions, hundreds, maybe thousands of decisions, take right, take left. And I felt that He always showed me the right way. I felt that every time that I took a decision, he was there. He was telling me, go to the right, go to the left, run that way, run that way.
So on Friday night, the night between the 6th and the 7th of October, me and my brother Dan were going to a party together with Adir and Sarah. They're a married couple. We decided to take one car this time. Normally we split because everyone wants to have his own convenience to live when he wants. But this time we decided to go all together. We arrived to the parking lot around 2:30 a.m. and we get into the entrance because there are always very tight security checks. It takes time to get in. And we were at the entrance about 20 minutes and, surrounded by a big crowd. Normally for me, this is the first moments of the party. We meet new people. When the people are in a good mood, so everything is very nice and very, it's fun. We get in around 2:45 and we start building our camp. We were supposed to be 33 friends at the same place, so we have camp with tents and everything, a place to relax. And around 3 a.m. we are already finished everything and we get into the party area, to the festival area. And we had 2 dance floors, we had plenty of shops, we had bars, you can do a massage, you can eat. It's really like a small town. And slowly more and more friends are coming, we start to drink, everything is fun. It was supposed to be one of the best festivals that ever happened here in Israel. And as I said, slowly more and more friends are coming. Around 5 a.m. we are already approximately 25 people. Slowly the sun starts to shine and we dancing in the dance floor. And just so you know, in this kind of events, the moment when the night turns into a day, when the dark turns into a light, those are the best moments. And we were having a good time. At 6:20, it became a little bit warm and my brother asked me to go back to the camp so we can change clothes. And he wanted to put some short pants and change to a short t-shirt. And we are there with our friends, we are making fun, drinking another drink, and we have no clue what is about to come, of course. And suddenly at 6:30, the music stops and we don't hear any sirens, but they announce that there are rockets and that there is a red alarm. And as soon as that happened, my dad called me and he told me that there are rockets all over Israel right now. I mean, south, even in Tel Aviv and all the big cities. So he wanted to warn me. I told him, don't worry, we are getting the hell out of here. I hang up the phone. I immediately say to my brother and Adir and Sarah, grab everything, we are going, we are not staying. Leave everything behind, just take your backpack and let's go. We are running towards the emergency exit and we try to find some cover between the trees because at this point of time, we see hundreds of rockets, but we don't have any clue about the terrorists. When I looked at the sky, I saw, it's very hard to explain, but I saw black sky. Hundreds of rockets from from Gaza flying towards Israel, but also hundreds of rockets of the Iron Dome trying to hit those missiles. And everything looked black. All the trails that they leave, you can barely see the light. So we are hiding behind very thin trees, and we are arguing. Maybe we should go to take the car. Maybe we should. Sorry, it's a bit difficult every time. Maybe we should stay here. Maybe we should bring the car and run. And for 10, 15 minutes, we can't get into a decision. And suddenly we hear shots in the background. It was very, very low. We could barely hear it, but we heard it. And we were not sure if it's the army, if it's coming from Gaza. We have no idea what's going on. But after a minute, we noticed that the sound of the gunshots, it's in automatic. It's not single fire. Now we know that the IDF never use automatic. So we already suspected that there is a chance right now that a few terrorists already infiltrate Israel. But we still have no idea what's going on. And at this point of time, I think no one in Israel knew. So I tell my brother, give me the keys to the car. I'm going to bring the car. And that's what I did. I felt after like 30-second drive that I cannot drive. I was too drunk. So I asked my friend Adir to drive. And we are trying to get out of the parking lots. Now, there was no road. I'm talking about pure nature, so it takes some time. You cannot drive fast. And we get to the road. Once we got to the road, we had two options. One to the left towards Be'eri, and the other one to the right. We look to the left, we see a huge traffic jam, so we decide to take to the right. Right, it's towards Rim. As soon as we turn to the right, we see a group of cars driving fast towards us. We ask them, we open the window, we ask them, what's going on? Why you are coming back from there? And they told us that there are terrorists shooting at them. So immediately we made a U-turn and we got stuck in the traffic jam. And slowly more and more cars piling up behind us. And we can't move anywhere. We cannot turn right, we cannot turn left. We're just stuck. Slowly, we hear the gunshots getting closer and closer to us. And at some point, we heard them hitting the first cars behind us. And at this point of time, hundreds, maybe thousands of people were just leaving their cars and try to escape from the shots between the cars. At this point, we decided to do it as well. Me and my brother were sitting on the right side of the car, so we ran to the right side, and Adir and Sarah, they went to the left side. And at this point of time, we separated. We are hiding in a small tunnel next to the road, trying not to get shot, and we are trying to forward to get away from the terrorists. And we get very close to the police car and the ambulance that blocked the road. We find cover there, and I call Adir and Sarah from my brother's phone. I forgot mine on the car. I asked them, where are you? What happened? Where are you? Where are you hiding? And they told us that they are already in the open fields on the other side of the road, and that they saw a police officer got shot in his leg, and he was bleeding, and was bleeding from his mouth. So and he told them to run toward the open fields, towards the sun, because the sun rising on the east side, and Gaza was on the west side. So I was talking on speaker, and people around me heard the conversation, and suddenly around 50 people standing up and ready to run after me. I told them, listen, I cannot take responsibility. I don't know what's going on in the field, so everyone need to decide for himself. I look toward the open fields and I see that we are going to have a very, very, very long walk. And I see that the sun is rising. The time is around 7 a.m., maybe past 10 minutes past 7 a.m. So I decide to go back to the car and try to take my backpack with the bottles of water. I run between the cars. I try to stay safe because there are still gunshots everywhere. And I managed to get to the car. I took my backpack. I put in 2 bottles of water, and I ran the hell out of there like crazy. I get back to my brother, and we go to the open fields. We actually run. We are not going. And for the first 15 minutes, we felt that we are getting safer and safer because we heard the gunshots getting far, and we also didn't hear anything in the open field. We felt that we are safe, and we are moving forward with big groups of people, thousands of people. And after 15 minutes, suddenly we hear gunshots at the open field. And if you saw the movie of hundreds, maybe even thousands of people running in the open fields, that was the moment that I was running as well. I was part of these thousands of people. I remember that I heard the gunshots from everywhere, from right, from left, from behind me, and even in front of me. So we didn't really know where to go, where to run. We were just running, and we felt like we were, like ducks, and we are trying to find cover. So we are running on the road, and it was left to the road. There was a small, there was a 10 meters drop to a valley, and we decided to go down to the valley, and we start to slide down. And as soon as we go maybe 3-4 meters down, I suddenly remembered that when you're in a fight, when you're in a combat, you should try to stay high and not low because you have no cover when you're low. And I stop my brother, I catch him with my hand, and I tell him, Dan, let's not get there, let's try to stay high. So we climb back, we wait for the shots to over, and then we climb back. And as soon as we reach to the top, we hear gunshots, and gunshots at the bottom of the valley, and we see hundreds of people running, and we had nothing that we could do, so we ran from there as well. For a very long time, we were under heavy fire. Around 7:30, it's all started in the open fields, the heavy shots, and it was like that for very long time, for hours. At some point, while we are running from cover to cover and try to stay to separate ourselves from the big groups, because we thought that if there are terrorists, they will go to the big groups. They will try to pick an easy target. It's very difficult to say that, but that's the truth. And slowly we separate ourselves. We stay in small groups. We try to help people. There were plenty of people that just found cover and stayed there, didn't move. We told them that the terrorists are coming. They are right behind us. Some of them were froze over there, and some of them could barely speak and definitely not run. And around 8 a.m., the shots were directly at us, at me and my brother. So again, we try to find cover going down a little bit to the valley. And we know that we are not supposed to go all the way down, but we cannot also stay on the road, so we have to find cover, and that was the only cover. Slide down 3 meters, we stop. I turn my head up, and I see two terrorists on motorcycles. I remember that I saw the rifle of one of them. And at this point of time, I thought, that's it, it's over. We are not going to survive it. I closed my eyes. I saw my life goes by. This is real. It really happened. And I start to separate in my mind, in my heart from everyone. And after 10 seconds, maybe less, I open my eyes and they are still over there. Another 10 seconds goes by and they just move on. They disappear. They didn't even look at us. My brother always tell me, I don't remember it, but my brother always tell me, when you saw them, one moment. My brother always tell me that when I saw them, I immediately pushed his head to the ground and told him to be quiet. Right after they go, we climb back and we keep running. At some point, I see that my brother is behind me. He's not running next to me, he's running behind me. And at this point of time, he had the bag on his back, so I took the bag from him and I told him, from this point on, you are always first. I'm running behind you. Um, I'm the older brother, so I felt the responsibility. So we keep running, and we are both asthmatic, so it was very difficult for both of us to run for so long time, for such a long time. And we find cover behind a huge tree. We try to fix our breath, and again, we hear the shots getting closer. So after 30 seconds, I tell my brother, listen, we have no time to relax here. We need to go on. We need to move forward. And around 8:30, 8:45, it's very hard to tell the times there. We were totally alone in the field, and suddenly we hear the shots and directly at us. I remember I saw the bullets going. They missed me in few centimeters and they hit the trees, just flying next to us. My brother thought he got shot, and I grab his hand to check if everything is okay. I touch his body to see that he is not bleeding. So we ran toward the car and we find the cover behind the car. We are on one side of the car hiding. On the other side, I can hear the shots hitting the car. And at this point of time, like many times during this 2 hours escape until now, I thought that we are about to die. We have nothing that we can do. And I look to the left, I look to the right, and suddenly I see, suddenly it was there, but I saw a big group of cars, maybe 6 cars, 5 cars next to each other. They are all abandoned. And I tell my brother, let's try to crawl all the way there. It was 30 meters away from us. And the terrorists keep shooting at the car. So we thought if we stay here, they would just get closer to us and they would kill us. So we have only one chance. We start to crawl, and after I think 10 meters, I saw a set of bullets hitting the ground right next to my hand, maybe 10 or 15 centimeters. All the sand from the ground fly directly to my face, to my eyes, my mouth, my nose. And I immediately told my brother, run, run, run. And we find cover behind those group of cars. Again, they are shooting toward those cars. And at this point of time, I felt that God joined the survival story because we didn't know what to do. And suddenly I hear that one of the cars is on and we can try to get in and maybe go out of there. We run toward the car, we jump in, and I just hit the gas pedal to the bottom and we fly the hell out of there. At this point of time, we are getting far from the terrorists and closing in on the big groups. And slowly, more and more people running toward the car, and they ask us to save them. They actually beg for their life to jump in. Obviously, we immediately pick up whoever we could. And in a matter of maybe 5-10 minutes, we were already 10 people in the car. The car was a Hyundai Tucson, so it's an SUV. We managed to squeeze in, but I still couldn't find my friends Adir and Sarah. We were always in touch. We were always calling each other, but we didn't manage to find each other. Everything looked the same, so it's nearly impossible to locate someone without any navigation. After maybe 40 minutes, I thought that if we are 40 minutes in the car, maybe we already passed them. And I told the people in the car that I'm going to make a U-turn to find them, that I'm going to drive back toward the shootings. And one of the lady from behind, she tried to convince me not to. She said, this is our life and this is your life. Let's get the hell out of here. But we were at a safe spot, so I told her, listen, those two are my friends. They came with me and they have no other way to go back home. If I'm not taking them back home, they will just stay here. Now, I just want you to understand that at this point of time, we still don't know how big it is. And maybe that's why everyone in the car supported my decision and they agreed to come back with me. So I made a U-turn and I'm driving towards the shots, and I don't know how long it's been because everything was crazy, but it was between 1 to 5 minutes. It wasn't very long time, but I remember getting closer to the gunshots, and at some point we finally managed to share location with our friends Adir and Sarah, and we realized that we are going the wrong way and they are still far ahead. So I made another U-turn and we are driving towards them. At some point, we were 10 meters from each other, and for 10, maybe 15 minutes, we couldn't find each other. And then suddenly, just like in a Hollywood movie, they jump behind a tree. And I remember that at this point of time, I felt like time stopped by, and we are screaming towards them, run, run, and they run like crazy towards us. They jump in, and we drive the hell out of there. This point of time, we didn't know again what happened around us, so we decided to go to Be'eri. That was the closest kibbutz, and we thought that maybe we can find cover there. So we drive towards Be'eri from the open fields, not on the road, and we get stuck in the mud. Luckily, there was another jeep right in front of us, and they saw that we got stuck. They stopped. I asked everyone to get out of the vehicle, and one guy from the other Jeep, he just jumped from the trunk. He ran toward the car, and just with his two hands, he managed to push us away. That that shows you how much adrenaline we had in our body. So we get ourselves out of the mud and everyone jump in, and we are driving towards Be'eri from the open fields. It's not from the road, so the entrance is a bit different. And before the entrance, I actually saw the Thai walkers. I saw their faces and they looked terrified. And I said very quietly, but I said, something feels wrong here. And a few seconds later, Sarah screamed from behind, Ron, don't go in, don't go in. And that's all I needed. And I made a U-turn and we just got the hell out of there, a few meters from the gate. I don't know how much you know. I assume that you already know, everyone around the world already know, but at this point of time, Beirut was already taken by Hamas, and they had a huge massacre in Be'eri, and we were lucky not to get in because we would probably find ourselves dead. So we keep moving forward in the open fields, and we are driving next to a road, but we have no way to get to this road. And just before we found the right turn to get to the road, we saw another person in the open field just walking all by himself. So we told him, jump in. His name is Ben, and later on you will understand how important it was that he joined us. And so we get on the road, and as soon as we get on the road, my brother tells me, Ron, I don't feel good. I think I'm about to have a heart attack. And at this point of time, I felt like it's not enough that we finally get out of the field. Now I need to save my brother. Now I need to find a way to save him. Just so you understand, we are 10 or 12 or 11 people in the car. I don't even remember everyone. I was driving on my right side, my brother sit, and on his leg, a lady sit, and two people in the trunk, and another 5 or 6 people at the back seat. And as soon as we get to the road, then my brother told me that he think he is about to have a heart attack. I again push the gas pedal to the bottom. I drive like crazy, maybe 180, maybe 160 kilometers per hour. That's very fast, and I pass cars from left and right, and we get to the entrance of Hakim, and I saw a police car blocking the entrance to Hakim. I go out, I ask the police officer to get us an ambulance, and then he told me, there are no ambulance right now all over the south. They are all occupied. I didn't even had much time to think. I just ran back toward the car, and as soon as I about to move forward and drive, we hear the sirens. So if you know when you hear a siren while you are in the car, there is a safety law. You need to turn off the car, get as far away as possible, lay down on the ground, and put your hands on your head. So that's what I did. And as soon as I get out of the car, start running to find cover. Ben, the last guy that we pick up, He asked me, Ron, do you have the code to the car? And then I realized it's not my car. So I ran back toward the car and I turned it on again, and luckily it didn't get locked. Normally you have between 10 to 20 seconds and then it gets locked, and if you don't have the code, you cannot drive. So luckily he told me on time, go back to the car. So we find cover for 5 minutes, and then we all climb back to the car. I drive towards Soroka Hospital. My brother still feel really bad, and at some point we got to the block roads that the police made, and as closer we get to them, we see more and more guns are aiming towards us, and I opened the windows and I told everyone, just put your hands outside and scream, we're Jewish, we're Jewish. We had to go same drill 3 times until we managed to get to Soraka Hospital in Be'er Sheva. And they take my brother out of the car with the bed. This point of time, I went to the toilet and I almost collapsed. I thought I'm about to lose my brother. I thought that I will have to give the bad news to my parents. And thank God, 20, 30 minutes later, they came with the good news that it's not a heart attack, that he's okay. We decided not to stay at the hospital because we saw all the injured people coming in, and I saw a friend of mine coming in, one of the normal producers, with shots in his body. And I saw police officers with plenty of bullets in their body. The whole hospital was full of blood. At some point, they couldn't clean the floor. They had too much blood. It was very, very busy over there.